In this video, I decided to go on a bit of a journey and head to Narnia. And Kimmy Vini, he has a penalty. But guess what? He also tries to take me out. Hello everyone and welcome back to a Beat the Meta video where we're in the AMG GT3 Evo essentially. I'm calling this the Evo. This is essentially the second car in the AMG Mercedes GT3 lineup. Now we're Yamagiwa for this one as we already go past the McLaren 650S here on the outside. If you're not subscribed already, please do subscribe, and I do welcome you to this Beat the Meta video. And this is a series that has been going on for quite a while now where we are racing in Group 3 and Group 4 in cars which aren't the most competitive cars on the grid. However, we do still try and win. And on this one, we're going to go on a bit of a journey. Now, if you have any questions with regards to Beat the Meta, do check out the description. If it's not there and you're still wondering, I will answer comments as quick as I can. As unfortunately there, we got slowed down by the Supra. That McLaren going to go around the outside there. The Greek driver gets the job done potentially here. We're still on the inside here trying to keep that position as we go through this left-hander. And I'm going to tell you this now. This isn't the first race that I did in Beat the Meta this week. We'll get on to that a little bit later on. You haven't guessed by the thumbnail already. Anyway, in towards the braking zone here at the chicane. This one you've really got to abuse a lot here as we go through here. A bit of sideways action for both the drivers up ahead. We're going to try around the outside of that McLaren 650S. Where's that Supra going to go then in terms of defense as we head in towards the braking zone here at the hairpin? They go on that inside. We're going to try around the outside then as we continue on through. That Supra just slow on the exit here. Nowhere to go. I'm going to give a bit of a bump draft there because I want to follow them through here as we head down towards the kink. Very dangerous corner this. Very, very dangerous corner. And do we get... Yes, we do keep that position. So that was a good strategic move there, giving them a bit of a bump draft. Right, okay, we are in the thick of this action right now. The few battles going on up ahead, isn't there? Oh, hello. Missed full throttle's just been sent round there. Bit of a spin there for the Porsche driver. We're up another position, and we are so close. Oh, the French driver. 4 seconds, I see the smile on my face. I do smile, folks. I got comments on Monday mornings like, you need to smile more. Guys, I've been up since 5:30 in the morning. It's 8 a.m. at that point. I will smile once the cup of tea eventually gets into my system. Don't you worry, and I get as enthusiastic as I am now. Because I am an excitable guy as we're down the inside of that McLaren 650S with that 4-second penalty. And we're up to P13 then. So this AMG is looking pretty good, to be honest with you. It really is. It's feeling strong. Good on the chicane, and we've got good chances here in Beat the Meta. Now, we don't always win on Beat the Meta, that is for sure. We don't always win, and I will show that as well. So if in the past you're wondering, oh, as we get closer to Supra, we've done the Peugeot Vision Gran Turismo car, we've got a 10th on that one. The Suzuki Vision Gran Turismo car, we've only got a 2nd on that one. All of them are in the playlist if you want to check them out. Some are very hard to do, and guess what? You get to vote for the cars as well, which we'll see later on as we continue on through here. And you did vote for this AMG Evo. Now, this got 9 votes, I believe, as we go around the outside of that GTR then. And we're still on the inside of the Supra as well. As we head in towards the braking zone then. Give them room on the inside there as we continue on through. And they're going to accelerate a bit here as we continue out. There's a slight tap between the two of us. And then I keep my foot down there. Not the wisest decision by me then. So we head down here. The Greek's going to take a really risky move there, but it does pay off for the Greek driver. Well played to them as we continue on through. But that dirt on the tyres is really playing havoc for my car. It really is as we get a bit sideways through the kink. Going to this right-hander though. We're going to try and start to accelerate here. And once again, just a bit too much oversteer there from the dirty tyres. We're going to head off. In fact, the French driver with the 4-second penalty is actually going to keep that as well. So we advance to lap 3 where we are behind that French driver as we continue on through there. That McLaren doesn't look the safest of cars through that chicane, if I'm honest. And we have done a Beat the Meta with that McLaren as we go on the inside of that driver. We're side by side then in towards the hairpin. We've got the inside line. This should be ours. 180-degree turn. Normally the inside line always wins. And, oh, a bit of oversteer. But we do win that indeed. We do win. Let's advance further on then. Lap number 4. We catch up to a Porsche driver here as we go through the left here. The long left-hander. We've got Cerberus up ahead then in that Porsche. Where they're going to go here? We've got a big run on them, actually. So we head down the hill towards the chicane. Down the inside. Already done and dusted here with that move. Just need to make sure we brake on time, which we do. We clip that curb, and then going to continue on through there. So up into P12. Not too bad to say we had that off earlier on. We advance then to the final lap there, where we catch up to 2 3s here, and another AMG, which I'm surprised about. Going down the inside of them, then they were going very slowly, so they've had an issue at the chicane. But yeah, I hadn't seen an AMG Evo in the first. Oh, hello, or goodbye, should I say? 2 3s there. Unfortunate bit of oversteer as we've got the Supra up ahead with a 0.5 penalty. We're going to get closer. Not quite then. not quite. But a good finish here in the first race then. What's that? P9, I think that was there. But not too bad of a race. But in my first race, I didn't see any AMGs at all. And I don't pick the strongest cars. However, I did 2 laps and ended up with a 133.5 very quickly indeed. So I'm starting P2 here. P2 in race number 2. Let's go. Let's see what we can do versus ORT Def then as we head towards turn number 1. That Nissan, definitely one of the strongest cars here, along with that Toyota Supra. They're the 2 meta cars here this week, and that's why we're doing Beat the Meta in this car, because we're trying to beat a GTR or the Supra, whichever one we're racing. Happy days indeed. We're trying to get a win, essentially, as we continue. Oh, I had to lift a bit there. The car wanted to understeer as we head to the top of the hill. So we've got 5 laps here to try and get P1. Otherwise, we go again, and we keep racing until we lose the fun of it, essentially. So if it gets unfun and I'm bored, I will then stop at that point and give you the story or the journey of that car. As we continue on out of there then, we continue towards Def. Def just extended that gap a little bit. It's very strong on the left-hander, that GTR. I really did notice that as we go into the braking zone then. But this AMG is so strong on the chicane. Look at it. It's easy. Can do it flat there, through there. It's just so stable. That FMR sort of drivetrain that we've got here, so front mid-engine car, so it's in the front, but it's behind the front axle there. It really does help this car in terms of handling and stability as well as we continue out of there. It doesn't help with the power oversteer, though, as we see that on exit. But all cars are really going to spin the wheels there because you're just so low down in speed. None of the aero is working as we go into the left end. Def getting that all sorts of wrong. We're going to be back in the action. A bit of oversteer from myself. Def goes defensive then. In that this side goes towards the left hand side. I'm not sure I would have done that as I stick towards the inside then. Oh, side by side. Def gives me room then. Through the corner we go, side by side. Bit of oversteer from the GTR. However, that GTR does have a bit more straight line speed here as we head towards turn 1. We are side by side. Head towards the line. What's this on the line? 0.003 of a second difference on the line as we head in towards turn 1. Long left-hander. I'm trying round the outside. It's very hard to do. It is possible, though. It is possible, but Def defends that beautifully as we continue on in P2 then. Lap number 3 this time as we continue on in towards the kink again. We saw Def have an issue last time and another big issue then on towards the grass. They're going to have dirty tyres as we head towards the right-hander. We go on the outside this time, and as we go through here, I'm giving Def a bit extra space here because of the dirt on the tyres. Let's actually jump to the VOD then for this one.
Fair play. That was really fair play because he was aware of the dirty tyres.
Definitely fair play there. I'm very well aware of the dirty tyres, so literally waited or gave me more space there on the exit, waited before applying the power. Really good driving there from Def as we continue on through. Unfortunately for Def, that good driving about to come to an end. Goes onto the grass and goes for a bit of a journey to Narnia there, and that means that we are in a very stable.
Oh my word, I did not expect that.
And as you heard there, didn't expect that at all. And some more VOD.
Wow, that is a fast car as well.
It is a fast car, that AMG. I've got to be honest, that was faster than I expected. So technically, we've done beat the meta in that Mercedes AMG. But as you can probably tell by the video length, that's not the end of this journey. So let's jump back to the first race I did, which is in that GTR GT500 car. Now, this car has 12 or 13 votes now in terms of beat the meta, and it is the highest voted car at the moment. In fact, I think it's joint, actually, with the McLaren F1. But I went in this car in this race, and let's have a look at exactly what happened. If you're not subscribed already and you did enjoy the first part of this video, you know what to do, folks. We're on the journey to that 40,000 subscriber mark, where we have one hell of a special plan for you. I really do. It's going to be insane. It really is. The 30k special is still ongoing. I know, I'm aware of that. And you're probably like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, speaking of what the hell's going on there, that Porsche completely off there as we continue trying to go past Dionysus here then. I swear that's a Greek. Is that a Greek philosopher or something? I'm pretty sure they are. Anyway, around the outside, we're going to try and go here of that Nissan GTR. Not going to quite work then as they continue on through here. I'm going to head towards that chicane. So this is the first time I did the Beat the Meta race, and it was in this car, which is why I'm on the TCR Tidgney account as we go into the left. There's a bit of contact there between two of them. Oh, Porsche comes on. We try. Oh, no, the curb will sell this car completely. We can't cheat, though. Thankfully, we do indeed. Let's advance further on then, where we have now got that same Porsche up ahead. Oh, no, he's pinned it again. Oh, goodbye. Bye-bye. And we've got another Porsche behind us then. That's the one that went off on lap 1 going up the hill. So, it's got big old teeth on the back, on the front of that car. Sorry. We've got somebody else off there. Who is that? Cheney boy. You've spun round there. What are you doing? As we head down in towards the kink, and that Porsche getting very close to my rear end. Oh, hello. As we speak of rear ends, mine was going sideways then as we head towards the final corner then here on lap number 2 as we go into here. So I wasn't too happy with what's about to happen here. So the Porsche's just going to lean on me here, and I wasn't too happy at all with that. It's not the best of driving, to be honest with you, from the South African driver. See me shaking my head there and just wondering what on earth they were doing, to be honest with you. It wasn't the best of driving at all. Right. Oh, hello. What's going on up here? There's a spin. Oh, no. Jav's gone there. So at least that's another place, or retaking the place we were actually in before the Porsche driver up ahead did a bit of leaning on us there. So we're going to head towards, or head closer towards the back of that Porsche then. In towards left-hander we go. Looking to slow the car down. Oh, another yellow flag. Who's gone off this time? Oh, Mr. Full Throttle's gone there. So we're up another place. Everybody goes off on this race. There's lots of spins and crashes. That is. Oh, speaking of which, pretty sure that was a Supra off up ahead. That was Firefly. As we go through right and the left. And actually, I'm going to do a movie quote here. I can't remember what it is, but they go, Firefly. Anyone can name that movie? Let me know in the comments. Name that movie. It's a good movie. I'll give you a clue. Vin Diesel's in it. Right, okay, let's head in towards the braking zone. Then here at the chicane. Can we get this Porsche in the end? Through we go. Oh, no! Oh, we've gone round. I said about everybody else crashing. We've done the same there. We don't have to do it on our tyres, though. We kept that front right one on there. Just get over towards the right-hand side. Get off the racing line. And that is Jav going through there. So it looks like we're going to come home in P14. Possible to win in that car. Impossible to win in that car. That's what I thought. So after doing the AMG beat the meta, essentially, I was like, I can't just leave it there. I've done that so early on. I spent 1 hour and I want to say 15 minutes at least here. You can see the mileage down the bottom left. 110 miles we're on, trying to improve on my Supra time trial lap on my other account. And you can see there's a 133.902 in the Supra. That means I haven't got that in this car yet. I've been in the 34s. Bearing in mind, it took 2 laps for me to get a 133.5 in the AMG. Okay, this car is so much harder to drive, this Nissan GTR GT500 car. So much harder to drive. But I was going to give it a go, and I could start to see some time. And I was like, okay, I'm going to try and beat it. I'm going to try and do some races and see what happens. We head towards the chicane then. There are some really, really weird quirks you can do with this car. I really had to learn this car, the ins and outs of it. And it doesn't mind curbs when you straight line them. It really doesn't. You can go over them for days here as we head up here then towards the hairpin. Now, one thing I did find out with this car, actually, is that obviously it likes the lower gears to turn. It understeers like crazy in the lower RPMs. But you can accelerate in much higher gears than you realize. The turbo on it is just so good in this car that you can short shift for days and you don't lose any time at all. In fact, coming out of this last corner, coming up, third gear is better than second. And you're faster at the line in third gear, which is insane because this is a very slow corner. So I go to second and then I'm going to short shift to third and accelerate through. Gives you more confidence on exit because you don't get the wheel spin. You just fly on through. The third gear is actually quicker there. It was very interesting indeed. So I'm showing you the fastest lap after like an hour and 15 minutes. And you can see here, we just get a 33.8, which means I can actually race this car because I only do the qualifying laps in the car that I'm racing. That's why Beat the Meta exists. And you see it, we're starting in P4. We have a chance. We have a chance here. So let's get into race 2 of the GT500. I don't know what race it is overall here. What's this? Race 4, actually, I think, in Beat the Meta. But this is a double one, so let's continue on. Oh, a bit of oversteer there. We're going to be careful of that. Slammer got a bit of oversteer up ahead as well. Now, if you are enjoying this video, hit the like button as well. I've talked about subscribing, but hit the like button. There's a lot more to come yet as we head towards turn 1. We're getting closer to Slammer then in that GTR. We just poked our nose down in there. What's that GTR? Far newer than this one. That's an R35. We're in an R34. Oh, a bit of oversteer then on the curb as we continue on through there then. So about a bit further on. The fight for the lead is still on here then between the Porsche and the two Nissans. So continuing out here, Mr. Nice there on the right-hand side. It's going to be nice. And let's Slammer through here. Very nice of you as we go into the right-hander. Not wanting to cause any issues there as we go into the left end. Continue on through there. Oh, hits the brakes there. Very dangerous to do there because you lose all momentum. And I'm going to go down the inside and try and steal it from you, Mr. Nice. Yeah, I'm not being that nice by letting you keep the position. I'm stealing it. I'm stealing it indeed. So I'm going to end up in the Slammer, as you can see up ahead. Right, okay, let's continue on here. We've got Mr. Nice following me in that rear view as we head towards turn 1. Where is Mr. Nice going to go? As we head into the braking zone then, we do get it stopped here and we are still in a fight for this lead. Could we have a Beat the Meta on? Remember, I said it was impossible to win it in this car after the first race because it really was a hard car to learn, this one. Really hard car. As we continue on through here, we go over the chicane, but some of you may have guessed it, a 0.5 second penalty there. And we're going to take that 0.5 second penalty. We just cut it a tiny bit too much, but you have to cut it a lot in this car, as you see behind it. I stick towards the right-hand side. We've got Mr. Nice going down the left end, sort of boxed in at the finish driver here, and we're actually going to keep the position. After all of that, we keep the position then in P3, and what we're going to do is actually advance a bit further on in this race because we get a podium. We get a podium in the Nissan GTR GT500. I'm impressed. Now it gives me a bit of faith that I've got a chance of actually winning this as long as super aliens don't join out of nowhere. Now, do remember one of the criteria is to have one A+ driver in here as we go to the next one. Race 7 we're on now, but look who's in this as well. Kimmy Vini. Oh, if you don't know who Kimmy is, very well-known dirty driver. Don't like racing him. I think he's a bit of a moron, to be honest with you. He can't race clean to save his life. But we'll see what happens in this video all the same. I've got to get past Kimmy somehow to win this race. But let's see what happens. We're on lap 3 already, so that gap's remained pretty much the same to IQ here. So we're going to the braking zone then. Had a look down the inside of Cyber Rider. They brake a bit later than usual from my, I wouldn't say, little overtake there. And we're going to go around the outside of them on the chicane. A bit unstable for Cyber Rider. And we're up into P3 once again. Happy days indeed. But look who's next. It's Kimmy Vini. So we do need to get past Kimmy at some point to win this one. So let's see what happens in this race. Let's advance further on then. We do break away there. And Kimmy's got a penalty on the final lap. Let's try and overtake Kimmy before the line. And that's what we're going to try and do here. So we go towards that right-hand side. But Kimmy tries to take me out and absolutely fails. What a moron he is. And yeah, I finished ahead of you, mate. Unlucky, son. Unlucky indeed. So yeah, we've had a Kimmy appearance there in this video. Let's up to the next race then, where I waited 35 minutes to get into the race. And these are the 3 drivers who remain in that waiting list. Get to lap 2. I'm about to show you something very interesting. I've never seen this before, actually. So, 35, 40 minutes. And that appears up at the top. 180 seconds until blank ends. Now, I've no idea about this timer. Something I'm going to actually ask in the feedback group. What's it for? So we're going to fast forward on. Joey Ramone had left the PlayStation completely and was just free rolling everywhere. And then I have this bit of an incident there. I just got bit put off by the counter and Joey Ramone there. And we come back on the circuit. And the Italian driver who's behind me, no A+ drivers in this, so it wouldn't have counted anyway, is going to go on past. Now, we advance further on to see what happens when this timer ends, because I've never seen it before. And we get booted out the race, essentially, as we wait there. And, well, yeah, nothing really happens. Nothing indeed. So, folks, that is going to be it for this Beat the Meta video. Quite an unusual one, to be honest with you, to finish on, but it was so hard. I've done 10 races, and I've done a few more after that, and I'm just struggling. I'm struggling to get any further. There's not much more in the lap time. I'm down in the 0.6s. There's a 0.5 at max there, and these are some of the cars you have seen me win in. Fortunately, I haven't won it in the GT500, but I did win in that Mercedes AMG. So I have won in a car this week, just not in both cars. And you see that there. Got 9 votes in the end, that Mercedes AMG GT3 Evo. As I've said before, if there's a car you haven't seen me do Beat the Meta in and you want to see the car profile, do let me know in the comments. Now, the car profile is probably going to be the Nissan Super GT car, the GT500 car, mainly because that has more quirks. As I'm used to the quirks, it's better to do that one now versus the Mercedes. Let's see, it's got 12 votes there. 12 votes. McLaren F1 also had 12 votes. I did check it out for this daily race, but it was so much slower than the Nissan because it's a handling car, not a high-speed car. I can tell you now, it was 5/10 slower than the Nissan at the top of the Sector 1. It was so slow, that McLaren, so we're going to have to look for a handling trap for that one. Remember, I don't do a Beat the Meta if it's impossible, even if it's got the highest votes, but if it's possible, I will try it out. I will see if it works. If it's possible, like this Nissan GTR was possible in the end, we gave it a really good go. 10 races, 2, 3, 4 hours of time trials. We just couldn't quite do it. It's a bit unfortunate, really, as we get to the lower end here. Some cars still don't even have a vote there. You do have to reference the prototype if you mean that in terms of the Lexus. But, folks, that is going to be it for me in terms of this video. I really, really, really do hope you enjoyed this video. Lots of very strange things in this one. 2 Beat the Metas attempted. 1 easy, 1 very hard, 1 successful, 1 failed. But, hey, it's all good. If you do enjoy this Beat the Meta series, do give it a like, do subscribe to the channel, and do hit that notification button to make sure you are reminded about the Beat the Meta videos and others on the channel. And 2 of them are right there for you. I'd say that is it for me. Thank you so much for the support and for watching, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.